Bill Henshaw here, your friendly local constitutional coop, and another issue of great importance to almost all of us, and that's your school children and the education they're getting in today's non-existent school system. And all they learn about these days is LGBTQ transgender crap. And that's particularly true, and the big reason for that at the start, you should know that comes from civil rights, the 14th Amendment, which you're going to learn we can prove not only doesn't exist, it never did, and which has destroyed the sovereign independent states and our federated republican form of government of defined and limited powers, and replaced it with today's much ballyhooed democracy, aka three wolves and two sheep voting on what's for dinner, aka elected despotism. And that's what we can't have. We'll talk more about that particular issue later, but this is what you get in schools. The 3 R's are almost out the back door. They don't teach anything, and they didn't back when I was in school all those years ago either about what I'm talking about here. And I went to school outside of Washington, D.C., and didn't get any of this. But I got it now. Better late than never, and I'm going to help you and help you to help your family, your children, and your posterity. That's priceless. And we get educated kids coming out of school, and among other changes you can should expect to see, or a big drop, for example, in drug abuse, because the kids are going to realize they have value, their lives have value, they can get out there and do good things, and other bonuses as well. Just knowing that you can get out there and make a difference. And more of us to do that, and more educated people to get on juries and know when people like us come along and get in front of the jury, they know they have the power to rule on the facts and the law, and the hell with what the de facto national socialist government wants. That's real relief and the real right to trial by jury, which, as you know, already goes back at least 800 years to the Magna Carta in 1215. You start putting the things back into place like this, it's going to make a change in a hurry. And among other things you learn is that, we and our children and our posterity, we are in a principal and agent relationship in government. And that means that we have the right to access our Sesticate Trust, aka Treasury Direct accounts, as the beneficiaries of the trust, not the trustee like the de facto National Socialist government thinks we are. It's exactly the opposite, not surprisingly, because those racist framers ordained and established this Constitution to establish the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Not Chase Bank, not IBM, not Microsoft, Inc. Corporate entities. We're the ones in control of things, and we learn how to start taking control. And with this conservative Supreme Court that we now have, it's going to be there for the next 10 to 12 years with Trump back in office. And the good news is they've been doing their job the last 4 or 5 years, going after the administrative state while sounding more and more exactly like me in the process. What that means is if and when we need to get there, and it will be on the express train, they're going to have our backs on many, if not all, of the unopposed issues you're going to learn about. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And that's what's going to beat them, because the Supreme Court particularly makes a decision against, say, an HOA or a mortgage bankster or a corporate landlord. It puts them out of business from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. Exactly what we need. Maybe make these bastards homeless. Wouldn't that be nice for a change? But that's how good it is. And you can teach your children, they're going to be forever thank you for doing that. And if they choose to have children, they're going to do the same thing with theirs. That's what makes the big differences here. We get an educated, young children coming out of, even high school and college. And now they can carry on when they get into positions in government, those of them that end up in it. But this will be in the lawful de jure government, not the de facto national socialist government. Once we get that de jure common law government back, this changes. It's hard to even begin to explain how great those changes were going to be. By the way, for more information, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And this is why it's so exciting for me. And here I am in my 77th year, actually. And it's what I was put here to do. And I didn't know early on, because they didn't teach me a damn thing in school outside of Washington, D.C. either. But better late than never. I figured it out, and I've been doing this for quite a while now. And with this Supreme Court we have a window that hasn't existed like this since maybe before Reconstruction and the war between the states. These justices know what the hell is going on, and they're waiting for us to come there with our appropriate cases and take care of business. And I can be a big help in how getting you up to speed on how to do exactly that. And what that's going to do is give us a lot of bargaining leverage with the perps to make your case go away. And there is going to be a hell of a lot of money, no question about that. Maybe as much as 8 figures to the left of the decimal point. But the bottom line for us is far more important because we want to set things right and make things right for our children and our posterity so they don't have to go through any of the bullshit that we've been put through here. They're going to have a good, clean life. They won't have anything like this to stand in their way. They're on their own to do the best they can. How good is that? And that's what those racist framers tried to do. Ordain and establish this Constitution to preserve the benefits of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. And you're going to learn how to make that happen now in the 21st century. It's very exciting. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Tell your friends, like the videos, get the word out. The sooner we start taking action, the sooner we get these bastards off our backs. Thank you.